Well, again, I welcome everyone here today to both Marshall University and RCBI's, so I knock this off, South Charleston Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center. Today we are here to celebrate a very special and unique public-private partnership in advanced manufacturing and 3D printing that will continue to create the kind of environment where small businesses, entrepreneurs, manufacturers, and students can and will succeed.
This is a wonderful day to celebrate not just a new technology, but a technology that I don't think any of us here today can say we know exactly all of the potential applications of what may come from this very innovative and novel technology. I remember when I talked to Charlotte about the nylon three-dimensional printer that used nylon dust to create anything that you could produce digitally. Is there a metal version of this that is on the horizon, that we could actually make things out of metal dust? And she says, oh yes, it's coming. And I think it was last year she said, it really is coming and it'll be here very soon. And I just asked her, just for the benefit of all the ladies in the audience, can you use gold dust and silver dust and platinum dust? And she said, oh, absolutely. And so when you stop and start thinking, whether it's the defense industry, whether it's various types of manufacturing like the auto industry, where you're trying to look at prototypes and the production of prototypes, implantable materials for joint repair, biomedical applications of actually taking three-dimensional printing capabilities and producing the lattice work to literally grow new organs. The potential of this is enormous. And it really will come down to the imagination and the applications that an individual researcher or somebody experimenting with the technology has in mind.
We have become competitive on every front. Every day we are able to sit down with all the big guys and compete head to head on projects and often carry the day. I look just literally a quarter of a mile from here at Gestamp, one of the world's largest automotive stamping companies, who had picked another site in another state, and in 21 days we moved them from that site here and closed the deal. That's because we have developed over the leadership of multiple governors and multiple legislators, the type of competitive climate and business climate that makes us compete and allows us to compete on every front. But while those announcements are so important overall, it is the small companies, 70+% of which have fewer than 20 people working for them, that is the heartbeat of this state's economy. And finding the resources that can make them effective, can make them succeed and flourish in our state is very, very important. This particular partnership today allows us to provide one more asset, one more tool, so to speak, to allow those companies to be competitive and to do it in a cost-effective fashion and to grow their business. At the end of the day, growing small businesses in West Virginia is the success model which we all can believe in.
I'm at Rocket Center, West Virginia, and if you Google that, you won't find it. We are about 5 miles west of Kaiser, tucked in a little corner of West Virginia, literally the opposite end of the state. But it's a campus that's been strongly supported by the late Senator Robert C. Byrd for years and years and years, and it's a campus of factories that we've had a relationship with RCBI for many years. We've had an RCBI location on the site, and we've also used the capabilities of the Bridgeport location. So today when we open up this partnership with Marshall, it allows me the opportunity to not only expand on what we're doing at ABL, but take advantage of the Marshall University's capabilities. And of course, none of that would be possible without the strong congressional leadership that we've had in the past, both with Senator Byrd and his commitment to the state and particularly to my industry, and from Senator Manchin, both as governor and now as his role as our senator. These kind of endeavors need that kind of leadership that funding and that kind of insight to move forward. So I'm really pleased to be here, pleased that the opportunities, as Dr. Kopp expressed, the capability that the laser printer presents to us, particularly within our industry. There's tons of applications. So it is a good day, and we look forward to the relationship that we're going to build with Marshall.
People freely and liberally in the United States use the term, hey, that's a game changer. Well, I'm very comfortable in saying that 3D printing additive manufacturing is a game changer because it has a whole new set of rules. For example, in my pocket, this is a roller bearing. And for those who are familiar with roller bearings, it's got a classic inner race and outer race, and it has an array of balls, and you use this for turning devices. Your car's filled with them. This was not assembled. It was printed. So it gives me a bit of a vocabulary problem again, because what do I call it? Because it's not an assembly. It was printed. So for lack of a better phrase, I call it a printed assembly. The reason that the president embraced and stood up this network and pursuing this network of manufacturing innovation, and certainly we were pleased to be the pilot, but we call ourselves the flagship, quite frankly. We intend to stay in front of the fleet. Manufacturing is crucial to the economy of the United States. Coming out of the defense business, I found it most intriguing, the first public figure to really embrace and understand the criticality of a strong national economy for the purpose of defense of the nation, Alexander Hamilton, Secretary of the Treasury. You have to have a robust economy to defend your country. To do that, you have to have robust manufacturing. We embraced the challenge of taking this incredible game-changing technology, complementing traditional manufacturing, which now has inherited the name subtractive versus additive, combining those technologies to come up with new innovative products, new innovative applications, things that serve the nation, things that serve individuals, things that serve the community. That creates new jobs, new products, that drives an economy. It's not lost on us that we're being watched by the other nation states on the planet, because we are in a global competitive economy.
We as legislators, as elected representatives, go there basically to direct how the purse strings of this country will be invested for the best return. And we put our political stake on the line every day. If we do it wrong, if we just throw money at stuff that doesn't work, we get criticized and get defeated. We should. That's the process. But the process should be where those of us who are elected are making these decisions or recommendations versus a professional bureaucrat who basically has a job, and they sit there and that they don't have anybody to answer to. I've got to answer to you all. So I said, just make it transparent. I'm for the earmarks. Make them transparent. And Senator Byrd had evolved that into where it was much more transparent. But it should be. I should be able to say, listen, let me tell you what RCBI does. Let me tell you what we've done. Check our track record. Check what we've produced. Check the results we have. Then you tell me it's not a good bang for your buck. If it's not, then I'll be the first to say back off. But don't take that process away. And right now, being as dysfunctional as we are in Washington, we don't even have a budget process. We're in a temporary budget process of 2 years. But when you work on a continuing resolution, the only thing a CR means, a continuing resolution, it means you can operate on what last year's figures were and you can't move that around much. It is what it is. So there's no budgeting at all. You follow me? It's just plugging the holes. And nothing gets accomplished. There's no vision. There's no greatness. There's no, the juices aren't flowing because you're just trying to hang on. And for us to have the competitive edge in this country, not only here in America domestically, but internationally, we've got to be the juice, if you will. We've got to be the people that make something happen. The world looks to us for innovative and creative ideas.